Hello, welcome back to the channel. It has been a week, one heck of a week. If you follow along on the community tab over on the YouTube homepage, I posted up a questionnaire, I believe it was yesterday or the day before. Have you ever been stung by a wasp? Well, for the first time in my 50 years, on Monday evening, I was stung by a wasp. Multiple times. I had no clue I was being stung by a wasp until that there was the horrible realization that I had been stung by a wasp. What I mean is, I didn't see the wasp stinging me. I felt something, but what happened was I was filling up the potting bench with potting soil, and underneath there is a wasp nest, and I knew it was there, and I kind of left them there because they weren't bothering me, and there was no sign of aggression towards me. All summer long, been in and out of the greenhouse, and I figured, you know what? I know they're semi-beneficial, or they are beneficial because they eat other bugs in the garden and stuff. So I'm going to leave them there. And if they leave me alone, I will leave them alone. That was the theory. Well, I don't know what happened. My theory is that one of them flew out from the nest and got underneath my shirt, stung my belly several times. And I moved my hand down because I felt something stabbing. And I was like, ow, ow, what's going on? Ow. And I dropped the bag of potting soil and I took my hand down there, and then my hand got stung. So, and at least, I think I got stung 2 or 3 times in my belly, at least once, probably twice in my hand. And the hand was the worst. It felt like somebody just put a knife right through my hand. Never felt any pain like that before. It was excruciating. I started cursing and yelling and screaming, and my wife heard me from inside the house with the TV on, and she came running outside, and her first reaction was, well, there's no blood, because I was grasping my hand as I moved towards her, and we figured out quickly what had happened. After a short period of time, probably within an hour or so, the immediate pain and discomfort sort of went away. What was replaced with was itching and swelling. From what I've read on the interwebs is that most people, they get a little raised welt, there's some pain, discomfort, and it goes away within 6 to 12 hours, sometimes 24. Great. There's 10% of the people apparently that the area within 4 inches of the sting will get red, swollen, and remain uncomfortable, as the internet says, for up to a week or more. Well, my hand the next morning looked like, well, it was like twice the size. It was ridiculous. And it was all red and very itchy, and my belly was red and very itchy. In fact, my belly is still red and itchy. It's getting better, but it's still red and itchy. And yeah, I've tried everything under the sun to relieve the itchiness. And when I mean itchy, I don't mean like, that's a little itchy. No, I mean like I want to take a cheese grater and just remove my skin. It's unbearable. And it's especially tough because I can't sleep at night because I just want to itch all the time. And the only thing that has relieved that sensation of itchiness has been ice. I just keep putting ice packs on, and it's reduced the amount of itchiness. And again, as my body heals from these boo-boos, it's been quite a thing. So I haven't been getting a lot of sleep, and I've been in a lot of discomfort. And so what I'm trying to get to is the rest of the garden has suffered because of this. I really should be on top of things more. This week I intended to do quite a bit more garden cleanup, and the lawn especially should have been mowed Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and it hasn't been. So now the lawn is really tall. It's ridiculously tall, and I'm going to be struggling to cut that over the next few days because it's so tall. And all that being said, as I fall further behind of what I need to be doing, or feel like I need to be doing, or should be doing, I feel more and more overwhelmed that there's all these things that need to get done that I'm not doing. Yesterday I was walking around, I was surveying everything that needed to get done, and I just took a deep breath and I said, you know what, let's just do one thing. Just one thing towards getting things back on track, towards getting things done. And I've been talking about doing this one thing for a while, but I was really waiting for the heat to break, and that is planting my agapanthus that I bought, oh, probably a month and a half ago. And it's been sitting on the potting bench outside the greenhouse here. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna go plant up the agapanthus and just get this one thing done. And it's one step in the right direction. Okay, so here we are next to the driveway and the bed in between the house and the driveway. We've been here before. And the last time I was in this space, I was planting up a bunch of ginger lily and some unknown irises that I have here next to me. I say unknown because the homeowner who gave these to me thinks that they're Japanese iris. I don't think they're Japanese iris. We're gonna find out next spring if they survive that long, what kind of irises they are. But this area is lousy with little spiders, and the predominant one is a orchard weaver, I believe it's called. Orchard weaver or orchard spider, something like that. Either way, the last time I was in here, I was planting up all that stuff, and what had happened, which I didn't know, was that one or more of the spiders got underneath my shirt, and you could actually follow the bites from my sleeve here all the way across my back. It's like a trail. I didn't feel anything until about an hour afterwards, and my back was really itchy, and I couldn't figure out why, and I was scratching it, and it kind of hurt a little bit. And I took my shirt off, and my wife was shocked and just filled with horror at the raised red welts that I had all over my back. And that was probably about a week and a half or so prior to me getting stung by the wasp. So I'm just batting 1,000. The spiders are right now. There's one over here, and there's another one over here, and they're not here where I'll be planting. So hopefully I don't get bit today. But this is life in the garden, and when you have a garden that is so rich with flowers and pollinators feeding off those flowers, of course you're going to have more spiders because there's more abundant food for them. Unfortunately, I don't always see where they are, and I can't avoid them, and well, yeah, my back gets turned into a hamburger. Such is life. What are you going to do? What I have here is a oh my God, I can't speak today. Everanthest agapanthus. It's a purple agapanthus. It's very nice. And like I said, I picked it up in the garden center about a month and a half or so ago. It requires part shade. Now I have another agapanthus further back in the bed over here, and there's another one over there. They bloomed in the spring. They were very nice. I think they're supposed to bloom again, and I may get blooms again as the temperature cools down, probably towards next month or so, which would be nice. So I saw another agapanthus and I said, why not? The agapanthus do not like wet soil. They don't like having their feet wet, from my understanding, and they do enjoy the partial shade. At least this variety of agapanthus. Woo! This one is just a little root bound. Wow. I'm just going to tease the roots out a bit. I'm going to try not to break these roots. So I don't know if you guys ever grown agapanthus before. If you have, leave a comment below. But they have these very thick roots. They remind me of something, I just can't think of it right now. All right, I'm going to stick it in the hole there. There, so we got the agapanthus here. Now, the roots, again, I just teased them a little loose. They'll start doing their own thing because I've grown agapanthus here in the garden before, and they do just start spreading out. As you can see, it's not really that deep in the hole, and I don't want it to be that deep in the hole yet. Well, at all, because what you're looking at here is pretty low, and when we get heavy rains, water rushes off of the driveway, and it can sort of not flood. Well, it will flood if we get extremely heavy rains, but it'll also just keep this area very moist. And again, from my understanding, and if you think I'm wrong, please leave a comment below. Agapanthus do not like wet feet, so I will be planting this guy high, and then just sort of mounding around him the compost here, and that should just be fine. I've used this mounding technique before. It's very unorthodox, but this way the plant is sort of raised up out of a lot of the water. It won't sit in the water that much, and the agapanthus roots will just go out and do their thing. Again, I've used this mounding technique many times. It works for me. Oh, look at that. mulched up here. The mulching, especially with the mounding, it helps keep the compost in place and from washing away. So there we go. Certain plants, for instance, I don't know if it's in shot here, but the iris next to it, they can take the wet feet as long as they're not bearded iris. I believe Siberian iris enjoy the damp more, but they don't mind it as much. Daylilies don't mind the wet feet as much. Elephant ear, love it, but the Agapanthus, they don't require super dry, but again, they don't enjoy being sopping wet. And I'm actually going to put this label here temporarily until I make up another one. So I got one thing done. I have a long list of things to do, but instead of feeling overwhelmed and anxious about all the things I have to do, I just picked one thing to do and I scratched it off the list. I still have to get to that lawn. I'm going to start that today, and hopefully I'll have everything done by Sunday. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, click that bell icon to be notified. You guys know the drill. That's going to do it for today. I'm going to catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.